Just a little update. Got the Grand Cherokee back and I wanted to fill you guys in. They could not figure out what was wrong with the Jeep for the longest time. There was a clunk coming from the driver's side suspension area. Sounded like it was from the lower area of the suspension, but it turned out to be something else. And it was actually a combination of a few things, but let's get into it. So they replaced under Max Care, we're going to get under here a little bit. They replaced under Max Care quite a bit. You can see I've got brand new axles, both sides they replaced. Control arm, brand new. There's a little bit of it right there. And then a brand new sway bar. Brand new air struts. And brand new links, these end links here. So, what they found out, at some point I had some noise coming from right here. You can see the rust right there on that corner. Well, what happened is right under there, that had bent in from off-roading. I hit a rock or something, and it was making contact with the lower control arm, and so that was causing a clunk under certain bumps. But that wasn't it. They replaced all these things. They replaced the lower control arm, the sway bar, the suspension, the struts, and it never fixed it. And so basically they were just as confused as I was, and I couldn't really get mad at them because they were trying. But what it ended up being was the very last thing that they didn't replace until then, and then that fixed it. It was the upper control arm. That's what it was. And from the outside, when you're looking at it, it doesn't look like anything, but the bushings that run through the middle of it, you can't see them from the outside. So what happens is it wears out and will clunk under certain bumps. There have been certain people that have had some rust show up around the outside and some different things, but really what it is just the bushings on the inside are worn out, and it just causes a bump or a clunk over like a very specific type of bump. And because it's on the inside, you know, if they don't take it apart, they'll never see it. So if you're having a clunk in the suspension, first try the lower control arms, sway bar, check those out, make sure that everything looks good there. And then if you're still having it after all that, could be the air strut, which like under warranty is the only way you'd probably want to do that. Very expensive, like over $2,000 to install these a piece. And then, but I would definitely, if you have a lot of miles, there's 156,000 miles on this Jeep, and I would have them do that because these aren't designed to last that long at all. So definitely run through it. Now, if you're out of warranty, the sway bar can be bought. The sway bar, the upper control arm, and the lower control arm can be bought pretty cheap. The sway bar is pretty easy to install. The end link is easy to install, but the upper control arm can take some work. I know there's some bolts on in the engine bay and some stuff, and it's kind of a pain. So I don't know if you guys would want to, the average person would want to attempt that, but that's what it was. And man, it is fixed. It runs so good and so solid now. I have no issue at all. There's absolutely no noise from the suspension at all anymore. So I'll do an update on the Jeep as a whole after 150,000 miles. It does have the Hemi, so a lot of people are saying that they're not reliable, and I don't know why, because there's plenty of proof that they are. So that's about it, guys. I just wanted to update you. If you do have a clunk upper control arm, definitely check that out, especially if you're up in the higher mileage. I would say 75,000 miles or higher, because this has been going on for a long time, guys. I'd say warranty coverage, we're looking at like 12 grand in parts that they've installed looking for that clunk after all said and done, and over a month in the dealer for that. But you know, when it's under warranty, there's nothing you can do. You just let them do it, otherwise it's all out of pocket. Like I said, if you're out of warranty, those are the parts you want to look at. Upper control arm, lower control arm, sway bar, end link. And if it's not those, then it's probably the strut. But I'm guessing most people, it's that upper control arm. So hope that helps you guys. If you have any questions about it, I know, I mean this isn't an install, so I'm not showing you how to do it, but this is to update to show you what to look for, because I know it's a common problem in the suspension of these, and a lot of dealers can't find it. And that's why, because it doesn't show any signs of being worn out until you take it apart, and then that's when you can see it. So have them check that upper control arm, guys. All right, hope that helps. Like I said, like and subscribe, and post up in the comments below if you have any questions about it, and I'll be happy to answer it for you.